Hello and welcome back. It's been a while. This is our season review for 2024-25 season. A new league, a new ground, and a new era for Benfleet Football Club. Coming up, every goal, every game from last season. Jay, look at that crowd, mate.
Mate, it's amazing. It's amazing, mate. The crowd's been unreal all season.
Yeah, that was one of our first games, I think, of the season. That was the first time we ever had queues.
Yeah, mate, some good goals there.
That's a touch.
Jobbo.
Sorry, mate, I didn't introduce you. Oh, it's Taylor Lawrence. We'll see plenty of them. And we might even see the odd one of them from Taylor Lawrence.
Oh, wow, I remember that.
Every season.
Right, every week.
Every week. Yeah, I didn't introduce you. That's the voice of former Benfleet player, Jamie Williams.
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, alright, mate. But yeah, there we are. We won the league against all odds in 24. Furlough non-division South title.
Great day, that.
It was a good day. And that was the last time we...
I think there was about 80 people there, I think. It was like a record crowd.
Was it on that one? That was the last game we ever had at the Canvey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we made the papers as well after 6 years of hiring Park Lane, which is Canvey's ground. We completed the build of our brand new stadium in Benfleet. There's Benfleet, Woodside Park, a landmark there, just above the cemetery.
Mate, it's amazing. It gives me goosebumps, Nick, watching it. It's quite sad, really, but really, it's happy sad.
No, it is amazing, really, seeing where it come from. And got a stand. Look at that. We've got drone footage of our ground, and there's more being built in the top right as well, non-stop.
Jesus Christ, mate, it's amazing. Benfleet, we're going all the way, Nick.
Going all the way. Do you know we were second in the whole league for the attendances as well this year? So it really has caught the just been a great response really from the local community. It's record-breaking numbers.
Mate, it's amazing, mate. Amazing from the locals. That's off to them.
Yeah, and first game of the season, the first ever game at the Woodside, and we lost to the league favourites, Woodford, at the Woodside.
Yeah, it was a massive shame that game. I remember it, but you win some, you lose some.
Well, yeah, no, you do, you really do. And then we followed that up with a 9-goal thriller, 6-3.
Yeah, what a game this was. Goals galore, mate.
Was you at this one? That was a good finish, actually, that one.
I don't think I was. I was playing last season. I was playing Vets. So
Vets football, yeah. Running rings round them?
Yeah, of course, mate.
We're only 28. It doesn't make any sense.
That's some great goals.
Yeah,
great
Taylor Lawrence pen.
He don't miss them, does he?
Oh, got in front of the keeper well there and all. And I think this is that weren't the best bit of defending, Jay.
Nah.
This was the game where big Taylor Lawrence scored this.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's coming up.
Is that like the third time he's done that? I'm sure it's the third time.
Oh, mate, I've seen him do that a couple of times back a few years ago now when I was
there. Waiting for a replay, look.
It's amazing. Look at that crowd in the background as well. I remember when I was playing, we was getting averaging 15 supporters some weeks, Half of them were my kids.
The other half were their kids.
Yeah. This was a great win.
And another first. This was the first ever FA Cup tie at Benfleet. So first ever FA Cup game that we've played. First ever FA Cup game in Benfleet. And we were at home. So 3 records broken there. And another record actually, 4 records, over 500 people in the crowd.
Wow.
Watch us and beat Woodford, the league favourites.
Yeah, mate. What a great response! We lost 1-0 to them as well at the start of the season.
Yeah.
We go on to, as you say, what a big game, breaking 3 records, and we one of our biggest games. Amazing.
And with no league game in between. The next game was actually the next round of the FA Cup, which at home again, but this time against a very good Step 4 team who thrashed us 5-1, Jay.
Yeah, I mean Haringey Borough, mate. Listen, I'm sure they've got 2 or 3 ex-pros playing for them. You know, obviously they're a little bit older, but they're a very strong team, Nick. You know, it was very unlikely that we was going to beat them. But you know, look, we tried our best, and knowing the lads, do you know what I mean? They'd have probably been still half celebrating the first FA Cup win. You know, so
Yeah, no game in between, obviously, to break it up. So yeah,
exactly.
slightly over. Was it was it their forward that was the ex-pro?
I think it was.
Fella.
Yeah, Asamoah maybe. I'm not too sure.
Sure, yeah, it kind of rings a bell that. But yeah, but 5-1 though, and the one was Taylor Lawrence free kick. So the crowd got a bit of a treat there.
Yeah, no, mate. Listen, look, you're always going to get something over Benfleet. That's what I'll say. Do you know what I mean? Even if we lose, you're going to see something from Benfleet. So get yourself down there.
To be fair, I don't want to take it away from Taylor Lawrence, but that was an OG because it hit the bar and then hit the keeper and went in. But you know, we won't mention that.
You try and take it away from him.
Yeah, no, you can have it. I think that was a fifth that rounded off. But it's a great effort though. Look, we got first ever FA Cup. We'd won it, which was great with a crowd of over 500. And yeah, it's been a great little run really. Won the first game with a record crowd of over 500. Never been in the FA Cup before, and yeah, this one was a bit of a step up for us, wasn't it, really, Jay?
Yeah, listen, mate, it was a tough one to take, but it was a massive step up. But as I say, mate, we've broken records, and once again, mate, massive shout out, massive respect to the locals for showing out. Do you know what I mean, on such big games?
Yeah, big games. I mean, all the games really, Jay. Like the average attendance, as I say, second in the league, was it's just been amazing, really. I don't know what happened there though, but this was a game we lost 2-0 on Friday night, wet and windy in Romford.
Yeah, I remember this game. I do remember this. That's a great goal, to be fair. Used the defender well there.
No, it was a good finish, to be fair. I think this was Taylor Lawrence almost done it again as well in this game.
Yes, he did, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I think he just fell short.
There it is.
Half volley.
Oh.
Yeah, keeper even stopped. Even he thought it was gone.
I forgot it hit the bar. To be fair, I thought it kind of flew over, but yeah. And then we finished August with an old furlough nun friend, Buckhurst Hill, coming to the Woodside for the first time, and this was the wonder goal, I think, from Billy Carter, wasn't it? That separated the two.
Oh, Joe, I can't remember. I'm trying to think.
Well, it was won the goal.
Yes, it was. Yes, I do remember that. It was a great goal.
I think it moved in the air. I was going to say like the keeper should have done better, but I think it was just the way he hit it as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it was late on as well. I don't think it was like an early on goal. It was quite a...
Yeah, I think it was on late on, yeah. Billy Carter has been a great servant.
Another great win, to end the month.
Yeah, indeed. He's been a great servant for the club and all, Billy Carter. And into September. Poor start to the month as we gave Stansted a 3-0 lead inside the first half hour of this game, Jay.
Yeah, look, listen, as I said at the start, mate, you win some, you lose some.
It's not been our best night at the Woodside, but it's probably been our best sunset. Lovely.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. Listen, get yourself down Woodside, mate. As I say, if we lose the game, at least you've got something there.
Get yourself to an evening game, you can see the sunset.
Exactly. We might lose 3-1. No, but look, mate, a massive. Even that, we've got fans turning out for evenings and stuff. It's just brilliant, mate.
And after that 3-1 loss, we bounced back 5-0 as well, Jay. Away, Clacton.
Yes, massive comeback. That
Taylor Lawrence.
We needed it as well. Oh, what a strike, by
Not quite halfway line, but we weren't far off it.
Yeah. No, another great goal. But yeah, look, we needed this win, and not a 5-0 win. And we deserved it fully.
Yeah, they've got a decent little setup as well on themselves, haven't they, Clacton?
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Yeah, they always have. I think Dad used to play for him, mate.
Yeah, he did, Clacton, yeah. I remember watching him. Freezing cold.
And there he is. It's that Jobbo, isn't it?
Jobbo, but
It's a shame because he got injured as well.
I was going to say, I think we lost him, didn't we? Not
Yeah,
for a while. He's class.
We really missed him as well.
It really did, as you'll see as the video progresses. But yeah, he's just a great player, isn't he, Jobbo? He's got a good touch. He fits the league and can keep going as well. To be fair.
Yeah, oh definitely.
And then another visit from an old furlough non-league friend, Housted, and yeah, this time we took the 3 points, 3-2.
Yeah, another massive game, mate. You know, we've always had a little bit of a rivalry with Housted. Yeah, but mate, another massive win. You know, especially the start of the season. We needed them wins. You know.
Yeah, again another decent side. Housted. I mean, it was a tough game, really. 3-2. But yeah, starting to kind of get our wins under our belt at home as well. And this is another one against Little Oakley. Sorry, yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, going 1-0 down. You know, listen, we make a habit of that. You know, hopefully next season we're going to see a bit more positive play and try and get rid of them. You know, going 1-0 down, putting ourselves under pressure. You know, great goal there again.
Yeah, but it's taking your luck as well. I mean, that was a gift really from Little Oakley goalkeeper, but it's just starting to take those wins when we can early on.
Yeah, and to be fair, we did get a bit of luck as well last season, so I think it was fair, you know.
Oh, do you know, I completely forgot about that one as well. He must have been devastated without that goalkeeper.
Yeah, do you know, I've seen Joe, the boy who used to do this before, our other brother. I've seen him do a couple of them.
And this was, Jay, this was another first actually. The FA Vars come to Woodside for the first time. And a chance for a trip to Wembley this cup. So, yeah, we beat Bulldog 3-1.
Yeah, another massive game, you know, with a generous crowd as well. That would have put that 3 home wins on a trot as well. So that was massive as well, trying to keep up the momentum.
Yeah, I think we covered this one as well, James, one of the last videos. But that was the goal from reality TV man JJ Slater.
Yeah, he's currently with with Katie Price, was he not?
Oh, I think they're still going. I don't really keep up to date on them, to be fair. I'm a busy man, really.
See, I thought you watched Love Island.
No, mate, I really don't. No.
Anyway.
Yeah, this was followed by probably the hardest team we played against all season in Barking, and yeah, we were well beaten, really, Jay. Only highlight from us is a free kick from Sonny Hartman, but yeah, they smashed us, really.
Yeah, listen, Barking have always been a strong team, you know. Look, we got off to a bad start, we just couldn't get going, unfortunately. But you know, look, you know, you're gonna get them games, and as I say, Nick, you win some, you lose some.
It's that nasty 3G as well, isn't it? We don't like it. That was a Sonny Hartman free kick.
Aye, that was a great free kick. That was a great free kick, mate. Yeah, you know, that was just a bit too much for us on the day, but we bounced back.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've heard a grapevine. You just win some, you lose some, really, don't you? And that's us sitting 7th early on. So yeah, it was a good start to the season, really, Jay.
Mate, it was, you know, takes us into October.
And yeah, it didn't start as we wanted. Lost 3-0 to West Essex.
I mean, personally, I'd say that was 3-2, but you can say 3-0 if you want. I'm sure we scored a couple of goals.
Well, I did, mate, as well. You know, we ain't got time to edit it properly, so it will stay in. It is what it is. But yeah, 3-2 trip to West Essex. And yeah, another defeat, Jay. That's the important bit. You know, it's not all... And despite the close scoreline, it was actually quite a poor showing from us as well. Our second loss on the bounce as well, this one.
Yeah, mate, look, it's tough, mate. It's tough to get out of them when you start losing, you know, when you go past that 3rd and 4th, running into that 5th loss, mate. It's very, very hard to snap out of that.
Yeah, you get that in all levels as well, didn't you? You see that in the Prem Championship, just all levels.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, it's just, you know, it boils down to team togetherness, you know, as long as it shows lack of that if you do get sucked into that.
Yeah, and this was the third on the bounce as well. It's and even relegation sort of zone, Sawbridgeworth as well came to the Woodside, and yeah, mate, we got nothing, nada. They took all three, but great goal there though.
Yeah, listen, mate. They are the games that you should be winning, you know, especially when you're in a little rut and you're on a little losing streak. They are the games that sort of you should be winning, but unfortunately, you know, we come short again. And unfortunately, it was a start of a losing streak that we do go on, as you'll see.
It was a solid finish and all by that striker. Good touch and turn and shoot. But yeah, they just kept piling it on really, Jay, and just end up being too strong for us. And like you say, kind of the start of a bit of a rut.
Yeah, you know, it's just showing teams a bit too much respect, you know.
Yeah, new league for us, you know, new ground. We did have a great start to the season. I thought he was going to hit it then. That was a good goal though, that was. It was a great goal.
That's a great goal, yeah.
Like you say, there's always something to see when you come down.
Always something to see. Whether we win or lose, there's always something to see. Always. It'll be great goals, be anything. Or it'll be a nice burger and chips.
At a very reasonable price. But that was a good touch though there, wasn't it, Jay? I remember this one, boom, and then finished with the outside of the right.
Yeah, that was a great first touch.
It was as well, but it was a welcome break from the long run of defeats, which was a 1-1 draw. Newbury Forest in the round 2 of the FA Vars. This was, Jay.
Yeah, a little 1-1 draw. I think we was unlucky not to win that really.
It went to penalties.
Yeah.
And we took all 3 points, but no, we took the step into the next round. There you go. That'll do.
Yeah, there was some good penalties taken. Fortunately for us, you know, we did win on penalties, as you'll see.
Dragged it wide, or was that a save? It looked like he dragged it wide.
I think he dragged it wide, mate. Keeping it, he was going wide.
He did, but then back to say normality, but it seemed like normality at the time. 2-0 loss away to Stanway.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, went back to losing ways again. See a lot of it this season.
Yeah, we do, mate. I think that was the last game that we had in October as well, moving swiftly on to November. And, unfortunately, started off with a loss, 1-0, White Ensign, away.
Yeah, see, that's another massive rival for us. It's another game. You know, it'd been nice for us to win. White Ensign had a very strong team.
They always have been. I remember when I played as a kid, you know, you're going back, 16, 17 years ago, they were always that. They always had that good name, White Ensign. Always been a good team. And we travelled to the eventual Step 5 league winners, Brantham Athletic, in round 3 of the FA Vars, and we just couldn't get past them. They were too strong, and we ended up going out in round 3, Jay, which was not a bad little run, really, for a club.
It wasn't a bad little run for, you know, such a small club, you know. Unfortunately, yeah, we come up a little bit short. Had a few chances we should have put away, really. Great goal coming up.
Yeah, it was good first save, really. But you notice the first half was played in broad daylight, and then the second half is like midnight or something.
Yeah, well, you know, Brantham's quite far away, mate. You know, sun comes down early there.
Really close to the equator. And then a win at last for Benfleet as we welcome Athletic Newham to the Woodside at the end of November. It's good 3 points, really, for us.
Mate, you know, it was a much well-needed win, that.
It was a much well-needed win.
Oh.
I agree. No better way to put it. But yeah, solid 3 points. Last game of November as well. And this was the third goal. Oh. It's a great little finish. I mean, he showed some strength. That centre-back was massive.
Yeah, he showed some great strength and great composure there as well, you know. Most players would have been thinking what to do next. He sort of looked like he had a plan, stuck to it.
Was as well, and it's only this penalty that separated the two sides at Takeley, who were eventual playoff winners as well. Actually, they beat us 1-0 there.
Yeah, it's a great penalty, to be fair.
Very dubious penalty as well, if I remember rightly, or dubious, however you want to say it. But it's us 14th.
Yeah, I mean, listen, look, we're holding our own. Halfway through the season, we're holding our own.
We are. We didn't.
Some, we're losing some. We've drawn one.
We didn't hold our own in this one. This was a proper, as you say, Joe. We've got our rivals, but very local rival in Holbridge, as they beat us 2-1 at home.
Yeah, this would have been a massive game to win. There's a great goal there. Great goal there. Who was that scored that? Nah, can't remember.
Nah, mate. Put me on the spot, but it was a good little save actually there, and then we just couldn't clear our lines really. Come straight back out and got his toe on it. The man in the middle.
I mean, to be fair, the keeper should have held that really. I think.
What, from the first shot?
From the first shot, yeah. I think you're being a bit too nice there.
Oh, I think you're being slightly harsh. Moving on to the 2-0 win at Great Wakequin, and was that a penalty miss from Taylor Lawrence?
It was, but followed up by a goal. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say for Taylor is, you win some, you lose some.
You do, and there was a 400 strong crowd as well for this game, Jay, to witness this 2-0 win at against Great Wakequin. Sorry.
Yeah, big up the crowd again, locals, coming down to support. It was a massive game. It's a local rivalry,
It was, mate, in December and all, so it would have been pretty cold as well. So thank you very much for your support. And then January started off with a 6-goal thriller with the points shared away to Buckhurst.
Yeah, this was a big game to win. Start January off with a win, but it was a fair result in the end. To be fair, and goals galore, as you say.
It was our first draw in the league as well in over a year. This one.
Wow, I mean, not really said much about draws, because mostly we win some, we lose some, but we don't ever draw some.
Yeah, very rarely draw some.
Very rarely.
But we were looking or staring down the barrel of a defeat before the equaliser there. Late equaliser to get the draw in the end. Good game.
Yeah, as I say, mate, it was a good game, as I say, and it was a fair result, to be fair.
It was. They've always been a strong side, Buckhurst. We played them, obviously, our furlough non-league brothers.
Yeah, our furlough non-leagues, mate. We've been there, done it, mate.
And that was it. That was the equaliser. And then we end up picking up 3 points away at Frenford as well, winning this game 2-1 in the end.
Yeah, this was a big game to win, to be fair. As I say, these are the games we should be winning. I mean, you've got no crowd there. We're not used to that.
No, I mean, I've noticed that we've shipped in quite a few goals from corners as well. I thought that was a pen there. Look like this year, a lot of the goals. God, that don't... I mean, that was quite lucky.
I mean, that should not be going in. I mean,
I'd love to say what a great goal, but the keeper should have definitely done better for that. It almost went in slow motion, and then we travelled to Sawbridgeworth, which is not the easiest club name to read out, to be fair. But yeah, we won 4-1 away at their ground.
Yeah, massive win for us, massive scoreline. It's always nice to win by a good few goals.
That was another Taylor Lawrence classic.
Another great goal by Taylor. Yeah, another massive win. Not lovely straight line as well on the halfway line, as you can see. So not just a dodgy name. but you've also got a dodgy line there.
Dodgy lines when he's had a drink, not the night before, on the morning.
In the morning.
But yeah, good way to start February though. February the 1st, 4-1 win away.
Yeah, same mate. Let's hope we carry it on. Let's see what the next game, how we play in the next game. And that's coming up in a minute, guys.
Great plug. Great plug for the next game. Waiting on tenterhooks. And that was their consolation as well. And there it is. The suspense is over. The next game. And we lose 2-1. Away. Poor result really against Ilford. Who won a game after 2 penalties.
Yeah, again, we was unlucky that game. Very unlucky. As I say, we're not used to playing teams that have no crowd.
We're not used to playing a game without our goalkeeper as well. Because this was a game that Flo bumped into the goalpost, knocked himself out in the warm up, and we had an outfield player in goal, Nathan Saunders.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah, which weren't too bad really if you look at it that way. 2-1. And then we only lost the 2 penalties as well. But that's us at 15th. And then we start this month with the worst defeat of the whole season as Barking absolutely smashed us 5-0 at home as well.
Yeah, I mean that was a tough game to watch that. You'd expect Barking maybe to win, try and nick a draw, but to be beaten 5-0, it's demoralising. It's now down to the team to stick together and fight through this, because now it's starting to get tough. Second half of the season, you got to be nicking points off of teams like this, but they certainly shouldn't be losing by 5 goals.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just reality hits, really. I think we've stepped up. It is a big step as well going into this league. But look, we have held our own, and unfortunately, the next game after that, 7th of March, was another loss to Woodford. We were the league favourites, but 4-1, another thrashing, really.
Yeah, it's another team we've beaten. We've beaten on the big games, and as I say, we got off to a good start.
Yeah, it was a good goal, wasn't it, that, from Matty Brown?
It was a great goal. But unfortunately it was another big loss, a big loss to take. Especially against a team that we know we can beat, because we beat them earlier on in the season in the FA Cup game.
Yeah, we did. We lost the first game in the league. So it was two defeats in the league. They are a very good side, but yeah, you're right. We proved that we could beat them at least. So to lose it in this manner wasn't quite what we expected.
Again, I put it down to, as I've said before, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, at this stage we lose some and we lose some. It's another loss, 2-0 at home again against West Essex. So yeah, like you said at the start, really got ourselves in a bit of a rut. If you start losing these sort of games on the bounce, it's quite hard to get yourself out of it. But then we travel to Athletic Newham and get a good and much needed 3-0 win as well on the road. So we bounce back.
Yeah, hopefully this can this be a start of a back to winning ways. It was a much needed win there against Athletic Newham. They're not a bad team. I don't think they've done too well in the end, but it was a massive win for us.
It was as well on the beloved 3G, but unfortunately we go back to old ways and lose 2-0 away to Stansted as well. And these were kind of relegation zone as well, to be fair, and they beat us comfortably on the night.
I mean, that was a great going on.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Dwight Gow used to play for Stansted as well. So
I think he did.
They do produce some good players.
Yeah, I think you're right. He did. I was going to say Concord, but that was that Chris Smalling?
I think Chris Smalling played for Concord, mate.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but this really is the highlight of our season. This is the non-league day. The Premier League trophy come to the Woodside, as did Stuart Pearce, who's absolute legend, West Ham legend, England legend. And gave a lot of his time as well, to be fair, Jay. There was over 700 fans to watch us play Clacton. And non-league day, mate. It's a great great incentive from the FA, and we just took full advantage of it. Really, got hold of the Premier League, which is rare in itself. So yeah, Benfleet saw the Premier League trophy.
Mate, yeah, to have our eyes and hands on that, it's amazing. What an amazing achievement for such a small club, up until a couple of years ago. And to have Stuart Pearce attending as well, it's lovely. It's lovely
Yeah,
for fans and 700 local community fans. There's and not just local. There could have been far and beyond. There could have been people from Spain. Who knows?
We read the local paper of Benfleet.
Or just listening to the YouTube channel, Nick.
That we haven't recorded for about 8 months. But look, we rewarded the 700 strong fans as well with a good win as well. So it was good all round. As I say, Stuart Pearce is an absolute top bloke, and he does a lot for non-league football as well. Stuart Pearce, he's always banging on when he's on TalkSport. I always hear him talking about supporting your local club, and here he is.
Shout out to Stuart Pearce.
Big shout out to Pearcey. If you're watching.
A massive day, massive win. Good header there as well. Great corner, as you said. I think most of our goals have come from, either corners or down the wing, whip in.
Yeah, and then unfortunately our next home game was at home to playoff winners in the end, Takeley, who beat us narrowly 3-2.
Yeah, this is a close game. It's a tough one as well for us to take. I thought we could have won this really, but Takeley just got the better of us in the end. At home as well, hard one to take in front of the fans.
It was a hard one to take, Lee, to be fair.
It was a hard one to take. I totally agree. Let's hopefully we take something out of this game and take it into the next game.
Yeah, that's all we can do, mate. Up the Fleet.
Up the Fleet.
But under the floodlights as well, Benfleet. That is a powerful floodlight as well, isn't it, that one?
Yeah, it's a great free kick from Taylor Lawrence under the floodlights.
All season.
And a great header as well. Who was that scored that? Was that Sonny Hartland?
I think it was, mate. So we followed that as we welcome Frenford at the Woodside. As it's another bad day at the office.
Yeah, we come unstuck this game. Had some good players, Frenford, some tricky players up front.
Yeah, they won the Furlough non-league last season, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yes.
Not last season, that was us, but the season before us.
They did, I know what you mean. Another great goal, he took that well. Taylor penalty.
Steps up. Oh!
His last 2 penalties he's missed, but he's got away with it because we've scored on the rebound of the last 2 penalties.
He has, but that one before, that was his first penalty he's ever missed, wasn't it?
Yeah, ever.
Including youth football, including playing around in his back garden, jumpers for goalpost.
Yeah. Exactly, including kicking it against the wall.
Yeah, all that. And then we lost at home again to eventual league winners, Stanway Rovers. And I welcomed them to the Woodside and gave them the 3 points. But yeah, it's a big 3 points for them in the end for the promotion.
I mean, look, Stanway they were proven to be tough for most teams in that league. They're always going to win it. What can you do against a good team like that?
It is, but I don't know if you remember this one against White Enzyme. This was a great game. We went 1-0 up there, but then went 2-0 down in this game. Sorry. We went 1-0 up and then 2-0 down. It was amazing. No, we went
I was going to say, that would have been some
2-1 down until stoppage time, and then we ended up winning in 3-2 in the 97th minute as well. So, another treat for the 300 strong crowd that turned up and created a really good atmosphere as well, to be fair, Jay. I think they were they pushed us. They kind of pushed us on.
Oh, they did, 100%. I totally agree. I was there at this game. And just the way the mood changed, like when the goalkeeper was trying to waste time and stuff like that, the crowd were getting the goalies back and the refs back, and then all of a sudden, it just turned, and the crowd just go wild, as you'll hear and see.
Yeah. And this is it. This was 97 minutes. Just kept going, and boom, there it is.
Yeah, as I say, mate, it was what a day this was, you know, and well deserved as well, you know, and being on them losing streaks and stuff like that, you know, it just shows our togetherness to pull something like that out of the bag.
Yeah, we do seem to I mean, sometimes we do get ourselves stuck in a bit of a 3-4 game sort of loss, but we do have that bounce back and another 6-goal thriller as well here, Jay, at the Woodside, 3-3 against last season's FA Vase winners Romford.
Yeah, you know, this was a good game. This was also a tough one to take because I felt like we'd done enough to win the game.
3-0 up, weren't we?
Yeah, just letting you know, I think there was a sloppy goal that we should have defended a little bit better. 3-0 up, do you know what I mean? And yeah, you shouldn't be. If you go 3-0 up, you know that should be game over. You shouldn't be losing or drawing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was, and it was 3-0 in the first half, and I think that was a mistake you were referring to there. Which kind of, but I think the player got there. Was it that one you were saying?
I think so. If we watch back, then I think there was maybe a couple. But look, you know, at the end of the day, you're 3-0 up. You're going in at half time. You're thinking, you know, game's over. So it's the wrong mentality to have. A little lack pass gets intercepted and causes a goal. So
yeah, harsh lesson in this league. To say it is a step up, and straight for the keeper's legs that one as well, and that was the equaliser.
Yeah, harsh one up. You know, another tough one to take. 2 defenders it went through there. You know, could have done better. But lessons learned. You know.
And quite on a kind of flip it on its head on this one. Another 3-3, but this time we were 3-0 down, Jay.
Yeah. Again, you know, it comes back to that togetherness that what we've created at Benfleet. You know, it happened to us the game before, and it's proven now. You know, we can bounce back. You know, started off with a great goal. To be fair, it was unstoppable.
Yeah, it was. That was a good bit of play as well, and our 3 goals in the end after going down 3-0 were all scored in the last 10 minutes as well on this one.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
It was indeed, mate. But the crowd, it's not like the Premier League. They don't leave early when they're 3-0 down to avoid the traffic. Our crowd are there till the end.
Yeah, well, there'll be no traffic getting
Well,
back.
I was going to say mainly because there's no traffic, but also because they're great supporters. But yeah, it was a Rory Delap throw that got us that goal, and then that's it really. That was 3-2, I think, and then we got very last minute, and another corner.
Yeah, another corner again.
I drilled that in. I mean, it's very rare you say it, but what a corner!
Yeah, what a feeling as well, you know, to score in the last minute. Look at the bench there as well. All the players running over. It's what we want to see.
That's it. Another showing at the Woodside, and the last of all the local derbies was at home to Holbridge. Over 550 people came to support us in this one, but unfortunately we couldn't give them the win.
Yeah, you know, again, it was a great finish though. To be fair, that first goal. We come a little bit short.
You know what, the pitch is looking nice as well for our first season non-league.
It's a great goal, great ball by Taylor there, and nice little chip over. I think that was by Shavesy, I think.
It was a good finish. But yeah, unfortunately lost this one 3-2. Just out.
Yeah, but it sort of summed our season up, you know, because we get the wins, we get some wins. We've done enough this season, you know. So you have got to understand it's our first season. So in this league, it's a tough league. It's a very, very tough league.
Yeah, every mistake gets punished, just like that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's dragged out, isn't it, that one? What would just show you Holbridge celebrating there. It's an outstanding season off the pitch, but hit and miss season on. As our first year at Step 5 was hammered by injuries as well, Jay, to be fair. I didn't really mention that, but we ended up finishing 16th. Onwards and upwards for next season. But yeah, mate, all in all, I think we've done we done ourselves and the town proud. I'm looking forward to next year.
Oh mate, I can't wait till next year. I'm going to try and get down a bit more and just try if we can try and keep some of our important players at least fit. I think we'll be up there, mate. I think we'll be up there.
Promotion bound Benfleet next year. I'll see you next year, mate.
I'll see you next year, Nick.